UCL Department of Information Studies. The Department of Information Studies is a department of the UCL Faculty of Arts and Humanities. The School of Librarianship of the University of London was created in 1919 as a school of University College London. The school was the first school of librarianship that was full-time. The school was shut in 1939 and opened again in 1945. It later changed its name to School of Library, Archive and Information Studies, and then to Department of Information Studies. The Department of Information Studies centenary was celebrated in the academic year 2019/2020. The school formerly awarded a diploma in librarianship. From 1970 onwards, this diploma was known as a Diploma in Library and Information Studies. From 1947, the school also awarded a diploma in archive administration. From 1966, the school also awarded Master of Arts MA by examination, Master of Philosophy MPhil and Doctor of Philosophy PhD degrees in librarianship or archives. The MPhil and PhD degrees are awarded for a thesis or dissertation. From 1972, the school also awarded a Master of Science MSc degree in Information Studies. The department currently offers taught postgraduate study in MA Archives and Records Management, MA/MSc Digital Humanities, MSc Information Science, MA Library and Information Studies, MA Publishing, and MRes in Information Studies. The MA Library and Information Studies and the MSc Information Studies programs are accredited by Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals (CILIP) and is in the candidacy stage of accreditation by the American Library Association ALA accreditation decision in June 2022. Scholarships and bursaries are available, such as the scholarship awarded by the Worshipful Company of Stationers and Newspaper Makers. Reputation and research. UCL Department of Information Studies is a center for research in librarianship, information science, archives and records management, digital humanities and publishing. UCL is currently ranked 10th in the world and is the UK largest Department of Information Studies. In September 2017, UCL was ranked 5th in the world for the study of arts and humanities. The department currently offers taught postgraduate study in MA Archives and Records Management, MA/MSc Digital Humanities, MSc Information Science, MA Library and Information Studies, Postgraduate Diploma in Library and Information Studies, MA Publishing, and MRes in Information Studies. The PG Dip/MA Library and Information Studies and the MSc Information Studies programs are accredited by Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals (CILIP), and the MA-LIS is in the candidacy stage of accreditation by the American Library Association ALA accreditation decision in June 2022. The school is part of the iSchools Consortium of Information Schools. Facilities. UCL is one of the main institutions in London's Knowledge Quarter, comprising the area around King's Cross, the Euston Road, and Bloomsbury. The Department of Information Studies is located in the heart of UCL Bloomsbury campus in Foster Court. Libraries. The UCL library system comprises 17 libraries located across several sites within the main UCL campus and across Bloomsbury, linked together by a central networking catalog and request system called Explore. The libraries contain a total of over 2 million books. Main Library. It is now the largest library, but it origins as the small library in the Wilkins Building. It is located on the first floor of the Wilkins Building. History. It is the earliest library opened in the Wilkins Building, just over a year after the first UCL librarian, Rev. Dr. Francis Augustus Cox, was appointed in 1827. The first UCL librarian, Rev. Dr. Francis Augustus Cox, was appointed in 1827. The first purpose-built general library opened in 1849 and was later renamed after the professor of architecture who designed it, Thomas Leverton Donaldson. In 1907, the library expanded to take up the whole length of the first floor of the Wilkins Building and became the main library. It contains collections relating to the arts and humanities, economics, history, law, and public policy. Directors. Each of the following persons was director of the School of Librarianship, the School of Library, Archive, and Information Studies, or the Department of Information Studies, during the period specified after their name. Ernest A. Baker, 1919–1934. John Duncan Cowley, 1934–1944. Raymond Irwin, 1944–1969. Prof. Arthur Brown, 1969–1973. Brian Campbell, Vicary, 1973–1983. A. G. Watson, 1984–1990. Robin C. Alston, 1990–1995. Aya McLean, 1995–2001. Susan Hockey, 2001–2004. David Nicholas, 2004–2011. Claire Warwick, 2011–2013. Rob Miller, 2013–2018. Elizabeth Shepard, 2018. Research Centers. The department is structured around 4 research centers, which also engage in interdisciplinary and cross-domain research. Center for Digital Humanities. ICARUS International Center for Archives and Records Management Research. Center for Publishing. Kids Knowledge Information and Data Science Group. UCL Center for Digital Humanities. The UCL Center for Digital Humanities was founded in 2010. It offers research opportunities at postgraduate level, as well as short courses. Its research is multidisciplinary, covering the intersection of digital technologies with the humanities. ICARUS. The International Center for Archives and Records Management Research was founded in 2005 and defines its research as the following: developing and contributing to an active, international, inclusive, and sustainable network of critical and reflective thinking on archives and records management practice. Facilitating the ethical and effective utilization of archives, records, information, heritage, and the work of managing them, in support of wider societal goals including social justice, social cohesion, and more equitable access to information. Center for Publishing. The Center for Publishing offers a research-led MA in Publishing, as well as the opportunity to engage with nearby publishing organizations in central London. The center also engages in collaborative interdisciplinary research in areas including information science, digital humanities, and library and archive studies. There is a strong emphasis on the digital aspects of publishing. Knowledge, Information, and Data Science Kids Group. Kids is an active research group with interests and expertise that span across a number of disciplines including knowledge representation, reasoning about actions, natural language processing, probabilistic logics, non-monotonic logics, argumentation, Bayesian reasoning, statistical machine learning, data science, and crowdsourcing. Their overarching research objective is to develop methodologies, algorithms, and paradigms that build bridges between logic-based AI and statistical machine learning approaches, as well as finding practical applications in robust real-world applications. UCL Human Informatics UCLHI is an interest group within kids that, collaborating with UCL Psychology and Brain Science, explores multidisciplinary aspects of human activities with information systems. KIDS facilitates PhD research in topics related to knowledge organization, knowledge representation or knowledge-based reasoning, as well as interaction with research communities in the wider profession, including the International Society for Knowledge Organization, the Universal Decimal Classification Consortium, and the Bliss Classification Association. Notable students and staff: Library and Information Science, S.R. Ranganathan B. 1892–D. 1972 mathematician and librarian. Lynn Brindley B. 1950 first female chief executive of the British Library. Richard Ovenden B. 1964 Bodley's librarian, Bodleian Library, 2014–present. Brian Vickery B. 1918–D. 2009 founder of the Classification Research Group. David McKitterick B. 1948 now Emeritus Honorary Professor of Historical Bibliography at Trinity College, Cambridge. Andrew Dalby B. 1947. Stephen Robertson Computer Scientist B. 1946 now retired. Robertson is Professor Emeritus at City University and a visiting professor in the Department of Computer Science at UCL. The Stephen Robertson Prize for the Best Dissertation in the UCL MA/MSc in Digital Humanities is named after him. Nicholas Belkin Professor at the School of Communication and Information at Rutgers University. Publishing: Ian Stevenson D. 2017 Professor Emeritus in Publishing at the UCL Center for Publishing. Early history of the department. At the time of its opening, the School of Librarianship was advertised as being organized so as to give a systematic training on a broad basis to students who are already librarians or who propose to adopt librarianship as their profession. It will also be available for others who desire to increase their knowledge in one or other of the branches of its work. Admission was subject to such inquiries as the provost may deem necessary in each case, and after receiving reports from the appropriate college officers. The tutor to women students advises the provost as to the admission of women students. In its first session, 1919–1920, the following program of study was available to students. A. General subjects. Courses in Latin, English, French, German, other modern languages, history, and other arts and science subjects. B. Day courses. Bibliography. Cataloging and indexing. Classification. Library organization. Public library law. Library routine. Literary history and book selection. Paleography and archives. Demonstrations and visits. C. Evening courses. Cataloging and indexing. Literary history and book selection. D. Practical instruction. E. Public lectures. Awards. The UCL Department of Information Studies offers 3 prizes every year for the Library and Information Studies program. Sir John McAllister Medal, founded in 1926 in the memory of Sir John McAllister, who founded the School of Librarianship. The medal is awarded to the most distinguished candidate in the MA in Library and Information Studies. The medal was awarded to Alex Plain in 2019–2020, Chris Fripp in 2018–2019, and Binsfeld in 2017–2018, Eve Berman Lacey in 2016–2017, Emma Sillett in 2015–2016, Amy McEwen in 2014–2015, Catherine Williams in 2013–2014, Natalie Kent in 2012–2013, Matthew Seddon in 2011–2012. Cowley Prize, founded in 1950 in memory of John D. Cowley, the late director of the School of Librarianship, with the royalties received from the publication entitled The Libraries in London, being a course of lectures given at the Easter Vacation Course in Librarianship in 1948, awarded to 2 distinguished candidates for the MA degree in Library and Information Studies. The prizes were awarded to Sally Hamer and Ruth Long in 2019-2020, Simon Cloudesley and Rachel Secular-Faber in 2018-2019, Catherine Chorley and Lucy Royal in 2017-2018, Lauren Dahlman and Hannah Rowe in 2016-2017, Niam Delaney and Rebecca Scott in 2015-2016, George Bray and Sarah Etheridge in 2014-2015, Sarah Charles and Oliver Henderson Smith in Mary Pigott Prize in memory of Mary Pigott, who taught cataloging and classification in the school from 1947-1974, awarded to the student on the MA or postgraduate diploma in LIS, who achieves the highest total mark for cataloging and classification. The prize was awarded to Jess Miller in 2019-2020, Chris Fripp in 2018-2019, Catherine Chorley, Kathy Gooden, and Anna Zajda in 2017-2018, Eve Berman Lacey in 2016-2017, Lauren Richards in 2015-2016, Emily De La Haye, and Elsbieta Schubarczyk in 2014-2015, Dorothy Foraker and Julija Paskova in 2013-2014, Ed Lacey in 20. UCL LIS students have also been successful within national awards. The SILIP Student Prize was awarded to UCL students Simon Cloudesley in 2020, Lucy Royal in 2019, and Eve Berman Lacey in 2018. The Sheriff Student Award was awarded to UCL students Abigail Chapman in 2021, Morgan Wilkinson in 2018, and Alex King in 2017. The E.T. Bryant Memorial Prize was awarded to UCL students Amy McMullen in 2018, Julia Paskova in 2014, Amelie Roper in 2005, and Catherine Wilson in 1998. The Biel Student Award was awarded to UCL students Steve Miskin in 2016 and Chris Cooper in 2009. The Archives and Records Management Program awards the following two prizes: Sir Hilary Jenkinson Prize in memory of Hilary Jenkinson, the archive theorist who influenced the University of London's decision to establish a diploma in archive studies, awarded annually to a student of distinction in the MA in Archives and Records Management. The prize was awarded to Nigel Newgalla in 2018-2019, Camille Johnson in 2016-2017, Jenny Marston in 2015-2016, Ellen Wund in 2014-2015, Katrina Harrington in 2013-2014, Etienne Joseph in 2012-2013, Thomas Barnes in 2011-2012, Carly Donaldson Randall and Kelder Rowe in 2010-2011, and Marion Jump in 2009. Churchill Jenkinson Prize awarded to an outstanding student on the Archives and Records Management program. The prize was awarded to Philip Milnes Smith in 2017-2018, Sarah Singh in 2016-2017, Catherine Chorley in 2015-2016, Georgina Orgill in 2014-2015, Helen Sumping in 2013-2014, Sean Rippington in 2012-2013, Elizabeth Moody in 2011-2012, Jonathan Cable in 2010-2011, and Elizabeth Morgan in 2009-2010. References